Yeah, it's a real scary situation we put ourselves in. We walk into there like blindly, blinkers on, and then all of a sudden it just opens up a bit later on, and look at where we are.
Yeah.
You know?
So you have to prove it all the time. So then obviously when you get into a relationship now, this person's going to know you inside and out.
Ooh.
They're going to see you in those moments where you're not as confident. So you won't be able to upkeep it, if that makes sense. So then the insecurities will start to seep out and they'll be there to see it. And obviously that's where you get people who maybe drift apart or resentment builds because like they see sides of you that you don't usually want to show.
I think this is important because Jesus, if you're a Christian, right, we believe in a new birth. And Jesus makes people new. Healing is not just surviving pain, it is becoming whole enough to love wisely.
This is The Breakfast Show on Liberty Radio.
Good morning, Breakfast Show family. I'm your host, Robert Ashitey, robust presenter. This is your Breakfast Show, and we have here our soundman Colossus this morning. Yeah, dropping those bars and beats for you. And also we have Lady Jazz in the studio. How are you, lady?
Hey, how are you?
We good?
Good to be here.
What are you drinking over there? I can see your cup like there.
I am drinking peppermint tea today.
Oh, lovely. That surely gives a cup of confidence in the morning.
Yeah, it does. It does. Gives you confidence, not only on the outside but also on the inside.
Oh, a cuppa.
Energy as well.
Yeah. Because you know why I'm saying cup of confidence? Because we have on the studio with us right now the man himself. It's Chris Brown from a Cup of Confidence podcast. Good morning to you, Chris.
Morning.
Good morning to you, Robert. Good morning to the Breakfast family. How you all doing?
I'm good, Superpower. I'm really good. And I'm just surrounded by such glowy, joyful people in the mornings. I'm so grateful.
It's the way to be. It's great.
Indeed. How's your morning been so far, Chris?
You know what? I started my morning quite early, and it's going really well, actually. But, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. I hear that, Superpower. So look, we're going into it today. The general theme of the show this morning is signs that a person is ready for a relationship. Signs. Yep. So maybe you're a seed that you hide yourself in the ground. But it's time for you to come up and rise. You don't need to wait for another winter cycle and be in the cold blanket by yourself. Maybe it's time. Not to put anxiety, no, but maybe it's time. And before the timeout, we got Chris here, we got Lady Jazz and the rest of the crew here. We will ask you the morning coffee question today. All right. What's the morning coffee question for today, Lady Jazz?
So the morning coffee question is: which sign do you think is hardest to generally have before entering a relationship? Is it A, confidence, B, emotional balance, C, knowing how to wait, or D, all three?
Ooh, all right. That's what we're asking today, guys. Because we're going to go, we're talking about signs that people are ready, okay? And sometimes there are signs, right, which the person has to overcome. Maybe they're ready and they need to overcome. So, for example, it's a thing of confidence. Confidence might be the issue. B, emotional balance, because they sought first the kingdom of God and His righteousness. I mean, emotional balance should come with the package. But maybe when it comes to love life, they're just a bit imbalanced and they're like, no, I can't do it. C, knowing how to wait. Maybe the person they're like, no, I'm in the wilderness I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna stick it out until I get into the grave. Okay, maybe they have that kind of thought about knowing how to, or maybe they just can't wait. Maybe they're just too, and that's sabotaging their success. So I would love to know some thoughts. I'm looking inside our Breakfast Show broadcast right now, this morning, and it's quite interesting the results so far. We've had our votes coming in, but let's hear what our listeners have to say. We've got some comments in the live chat, Lady Jazz.
Okay, so we have that's it. Kelly, answers to your question. Ooh. C, trust deception can occur leading to betrayal.
Trust, deception. C, trust.
Yeah.
Deception can occur leading to betrayal.
Yeah.
Did I type the right thing? Okay, C, trust. Let me see what we've got here. So C, let me see. A, B, C. Okay. All right. Okay, that's strong. Where does betrayal come? I feel like that was like another morning coffee question answer that we gave on another day. Let me see. Kelly, answer to your question C. Trust deception can occur, leading to betrayal. So knowing how to wait.
And then he continues saying emotional balance.
Okay.
And then he said, first of my answer is wrong.
Okay.
I will say B is the hardest. There you go. Yeah, there you
okay,
go.
okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. You know the thing about Kelly, right? You know the thing about Kel. Kel like prompts questions to people that causes people to have various reactions. And so when he says emotional imbalance, I can see him like watching the outcomes. So let's have a look. What do you say, Mr. Chris Brown? Which sign do you think is hardest to generally have before entering a relationship? So for someone to show, for someone to display, what sign do you think? A, confidence, B, emotional balance, C, knowing how to wait, or D, all three?
I'd actually put it down to C.
C.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're saying
it's not a favorite in there, but I put down to C because knowing how to wait is something that we develop with everything, and sometimes relationships as well. Knowing the right time to actually go into a relationship, knowing the right time not to go into a relationship as well, causes the catastrophe later on. And the other thing about it is knowing when to wait. It's just the human nature, we see something, we want it, and that's that. Was it the right time? Did we listen? Have we known ourselves yet? I don't think so.
Okay, I get that. And that's a human thing, right? Because human beings are designed to desire someone. Human beings are designed, as soon as we turn into a teenager, I work with the teens, they get to a certain age, it's all about having someone in our life, and that's a desire that doesn't leave us until we get Abraham in his latter years kind of old. Because Abraham old, but he's still, what I'm saying. So waiting can be an issue. Okay, that's an interesting one. Guys, please put your answer in the live chat. Kelly, you're a woman. I thought it was Kelly, like the other Kelly in Finsbury Park.
Yeah, same. Sorry about that, Kelly.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, so yes, Chris Brown. Okay, that's saying yes, Chris Brown. All right, waiting. Okay, what do you say, Lady Jazz? What would be your thing?
Okay, I would say A, confidence.
Confidence.
I'm gonna cover confidence. Yeah.
Why do you say that?
Because if you don't have confidence, it could affect your whole character. So say if you are in a relationship but you lack confidence, it's not only gonna bring you down, but it could also bring the person next to you down. And also, if you are too confident, that could also affect the relationship. So if your confidence isn't sorted, it could lead to emotional balance, and it could also lead to being anxious and being impatient and not being able to wait.
Okay, yeah, so confidence
is the key. But then when you have confidence, you have to learn to balance that confidence, because if you're not confident, if you're overly confident, it won't work.
Okay, that's an interesting one. Love that. Abba N says B. It's B. Emotional balance. I would love to know why you say that, Abba N, over there in South Africa. Camille Love says A. She says confidence with you. So it's like we've got A's and B's today. So let's have a look to see what is happening in our poll that we put in our Telegram broadcast. So it looks like it's kicking off. In our poll, it says that most people said it was a draw between B and C. Emotional balance and knowing how to wait. Yeah, a sign that is hardest to generally have before entering a relationship. Then we had all three, and then we had confidence coming in third. All right. So, okay, between the emotional balance and knowing how to wait, yeah, because love life is an emotional topic. Even the most, spiritually strong, like, the ones that are so serious and hardcore, that like fasting every 3 days, like, bread and water. When it comes to love life, there could be an emotional imbalance. right, Chris?
I totally agree with it. It is an emotional imbalance, and all the chemistry goes out of sync when you find that person that you think, yeah, that's the one, that's the one, that's the one. And everything, all rationality goes.
Yeah,
right.
I remember.
So I agree with that too.
I remember myself, like when I was single, and I was very rigid. Right, those of you who know me on the Breakfast Show, I've told myself I was very rigid. So it's like if a lady's, oh, this person likes you, get behind me. I'll keep moving on. That was it. And someone even said to me, Robert, you were so hard. Like if someone said they liked you, you'd say, oh, it's tied up. the lingo of the Universal Church, right? And so I was very rigid. But then the moment I let my heart open a little bit at the idea of having a lady, because I saw what the scripture says and how it's important for the next stage of my spiritual development and walk with Jesus. And I started to, get feelings for Nicola. I remember the pastor say, Robert, what are you looking at? Every time Nicola's there, your eyes are there. Nicola's there, your eyes are there. So I went from someone who's so tunnel vision and like, I don't see nothing. You know what I mean? To all of a sudden, like, my heart was wounding for this female assistant. So, and obviously that's after she knew that I liked her, I proposed and let her know my interest. You know what I mean? So, this is interesting, so I can understand emotional imbalance, but it's interesting to get everyone's thoughts. But now we're going to go into it. We're going to go for a very short time out, but I want to show you guys a nice little video. Was that a bit too sinister? No. Okay, you're used to my condition. Yeah. All right, so I want to show you guys a video. All right, I got a nice clip, and this clip is from a lady called Christina _Alexandra _me. All right, Christina Alexandra, there on to the left. Yep, to the left. Yep, left more. No, that's it, in front of the laptop. There we go. All right, Christina Alexandra. She is basically an actor and a writer. So just check out Christina _Alexandra _me. She makes these lovely videos, and basically she's in front of a laptop with a counselor speaking to her. And that time that my counselor told me to leave my ex-boyfriend. Check this out, guys. Love life is fickle.
I will tell you this one more time. Leave that man alone. This is the 19th session. 1-9. Nothing has changed. Learn. Absorb. What are you missing? What is wrong with you? He is horrible to you. Horrible. Cruel. He's a cheater. He's a liar. He's a fake. He's a phony. He's dumb. He's unfortunate looking in the face. Rotund in the waist. Leave him alone. Why are you enriching me with your idiocy? Why are you paying me so much to tell you the same thing over and over and over again? You are the reason I can afford my third car. It is because you are too dim-witted. Your wit has dimmed. Leave him alone. You haven't given me not one good reason why you're still with him. Why are you still with him?
I love him. Dr. Rhea. Dr. Rhea.
Doctor, stay on the line and get a second call.
Christina _Alexandra _me. Those clips make me laugh. You know what it was? Is at the end. Why? I love him. It's like,
this is an example of confidence. That's an example right there.
What do you mean, the girl?
Yeah, the girl.
Why do you say that?
Because from what I've seen in the conversation, she's staying with a guy that's not treating her well.
That's not good. Yeah.
Everybody's saying that you're too good.
The therapist.
The therapist is saying you're too good for him, and I'm assuming her friends are probably saying the same thing.
Yeah.
But she's staying with that person because she's not confident enough to get out of the relationship.
Yeah. You know, Chris, it's a scary situation that human beings can put themselves in, right?
It's a very scary thing. You know what? Let me just say something. That girl deserves an Oscar. She's good. Really got me there. You know?
Check out her Instagram. It's so awesome.
I will. You know what? It's a real scary situation we put ourselves in. We walk into their life blindly, blinkers on, and then all of a sudden it just opens up a bit later on, and look at where we are.
Yeah.
You know? And yeah, I agree with Lady Jazz. Confidence on that as well. You know, at the same time, very important, you know, in valuing yourself at the same time.
True that.
You know, because if you're not valuing yourself, somebody that's not going to value.
Okay. So you're saying like, so there's a confidence where she's kind of sticking her ground with this situation, but maybe there could be a lack of confidence to let go.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yes. Scared of being alone. Scared of spending quality time in solitude with oneself. But I'll tell you something else as well. Jumping back to that is, I think that counselor was talking about herself.
You think so?
She was taking the whole thing as it's like,
No, it's a whole episode.
This is me. This is about me. This wasn't really about her. That wasn't really counseling.
No. I think she's reached that point. Like the counselor had said, she's bought 2 cars. It's like, you're paying me for help, and you don't want to be helped. You should it's a whole series, and I just feel sorry for that therapist. I feel sorry for that counselor.
Yeah.
But yeah. So look, guys. So we're going to be looking at these things today. We're going to be going into it. We got some comments there in the live chat, Superpower.
Okay.
Before we go to our timeout.
There's one that I skipped. We have a new member.
Oh, nice.
Grand Rising. I'm listening and looking forward to the show.
Rising.
You have to let me know what your name is. So
Yes.
I can pick you up.
Let us know. And if you've got Telegram, make sure you join our broadcast on the Telegram at BFS Broadcast. Just search it on Telegram. Just click the search in the top right corner and then put the at icon, BFS Broadcast. It's on your screen. If you're listening on DAB, you can't see it, but you can hear my voice. Yeah, go ahead.
And Kelly says, yes, Chris Brown.
Yes.
We could move too quickly and betray our own personal
Boundaries, true that.
Samuel says, good morning, BFF
Hey,
family.
Samuel's in the house. He brings the fire straight from Sierra Leone.
And we have another Kelly in the house from Seven Kings.
All right.
Who says it's because he has tapped into her vulnerabilities and she doesn't feel strong enough without him.
Ooh, Colossus, that's a deep psychological one there, isn't it? Did you?
Yes.
Repeat again. Let.
It's because he has tapped into her vulnerabilities and she doesn't feel strong enough to be without him. And it's true, it goes back to confidence again. Listen, before you get in a relationship, work on if you're not a confident person, don't get in a relationship until you build your confidence up.
Yeah.
Because if you don't build your confidence up, not only you're not going to add to the guy, but you won't be able to set your boundaries either.
You won't be able to add to the guy.
Not
wow.
Not only you
won't be able to set
your
boundaries
either. Yeah. Because if he tries to tap into any vulnerability, if you're confident, you're going to be like, hey, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know, don't try it.
You'd spot it, you discern it.
But if you're not confident and he sees it, it's either he's going to walk away or he's going to take advantage of it. It's either one of them. Or he'll probably just tell you, you know what, you need to work on yourself.
I like that. Thank you, Lady Jazz. So look, guys, when we come back, we're going to be looking at signs that the person is ready, that the person is healed, that the person is recovered and ready for another relationship. Obviously, the clip that we saw just a moment ago, clearly that lady doesn't need to be parked in that situation. Neither did she need to drive to the next stop. She needs to go into the garage and fix whatever's going on. But maybe you might be inadvertently ready for a relationship, or maybe you have a friend and like they show signs, you know. Obviously we can never know, only God knows the intention of a person's heart, but these signs are gonna help so that winter's coming. We don't think about it here in the UK. I don't know what the weather's like in Sierra Leone, but winter is in the future. And maybe it's your time. Summer's coming. It's your time to find somebody. Let's see. Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Good. We did ask a question, didn't we, Lady Jazz?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, because we had some responses here. And then we asked everyone about which sign do you think is hardest to genuinely have before entering a relationship? And we had some comments there in the live chat.
Okay, so Kelly says Grand Rising, it's me, Kelly from Seven Kings.
Fantastic.
And Samuel says spring.
Oh yeah,
and
spring in Sierra Leone.
Kelly says nice song.
Beautiful. And then we had Jennifer over here from Glasgow saying D. This is in our BFS broadcast, saying this is the place where we kind of share information, and the conversation in the Breakfast Show world with the Breakfast Show family continues when the show's finished. It continues. That's our place, and you can feel free to join the Breakfast Show family. We'll let you in. So it says so Jennifer said all 3 of these points. So out of confidence, emotional balance, and oh gosh, I need to go Specsavers. Not even that.
Let's see. Okay. What on the Breakfast Show chat? Yeah. All three, my point of view.
Knowing how to wait. That's it. That was sorry. I just said. I need to go Specsavers. I'm gonna go. So yeah, all three. My point of view is asking God if this is the right timing towards and analyze yourself if you're exactly ready by spiritual and physical and mind, both spiritual, physically, and in your mind set. 2, which means have patience with everything and always ask God for guidance. Absolutely fantastico. All right, so that was Jennifer. Then we had Victoria over in Namibia. We always love hearing from Victoria over in Namibia, and it's so good to hear from Victoria in Namibia. We've missed her. David, our Caribbean Christian, had something to say as well. What's our Caribbean Christian saying, Colossus, over there in the Telegram channel? Let's hear it.
To be honest, I said A, because confidence
Put 'em up on the
can
screen.
lead into everything else.
The MCQ.
Confidence can lead into everything else, because you don't have the confidence. Other things could start popping up. The other options could pop up if you don't have the confidence. That if you had the confidence, no worries, no issues, no problem.
Okay.
But with confidence now, the less confidence you have, the more of the other problems start popping up.
Oh, okay. Strong things. Thank you for that, David. We also have Samuel saying, if I had to rank the hardest, I'd say emotional balance B is the toughest, because even confident people can still struggle to control emotions when things get serious in a relationship. I love that.
It's true. When you're overly confident, I was even saying that as well. When you're overly confident, it can mess up things.
But he's saying like emotional balance. So like the person can be confident, but if your emotions ain't in check, because confidence like I'm gonna do this, right? But emotional imbalance is like the person doesn't know where to go. They you know what I mean?
I think that links to confidence as well.
You and this confidence.
Yeah.
Okay. By the way, we have the sunshine just ushered into the studio this morning. I don't know if you feel it on my right side. The sun just came in like so gently, and guess who it is? It's the one. It's the only. It's Deborah. Good morning to you, Debs.
Good morning. Good morning.
What's wrong?
I had some challenges this morning, but you know what? I'm here and I'm ready to do this.
It's always a pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you
All right, guys, and also we've got Chris Brown here, we've got Lady Jazz, we've got the one and only Miss Sunshine.
Hi, Chris.
All right, yes. All right, so
Hi, Debs. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good.
all right, so I think we're finally ready to go into this. And also, by the way, we're gonna go into Bishop's Element, but I just want to let you guys know something. I'm gonna share it with you in a bit, so just get ready. A place that Lady Jazz has shared with us, that if you have someone special in your life, or even if you're a family of 4, a place with some good food, and the money's good as well.
Yeah.
When you said food, you had me.
You know, those of you who are Breakfast of Faithfuls, you know I'm a very frugal character. And I love the deal. I love the power of the deal. So let's go into the first segment with Bishop Allen right now. Not yet. And we're going to be talking about the subject of confidence. Not confidence. Signs that a person is ready for a relationship. Okay, guys? So prepare your spirit for this one. Let's go into number 1. Take it away, Colossus.
Today, instead of talking about those who are broken, let's talk about those who are whole. Those people that they are like a whole person. They are okay. They are complete. And I want to talk to you about three signs that shows a person is whole. She's okay, ready for a relationship. So 3 signs. 1, a person is confident. 2, a person is emotionally balanced. And 3, a person knows how to wait. Those are 3 signs you can find in a person that is whole. These 3 things happen to this person. They are confident. You know that King David, he said something really, really powerful. David said like this: though an army may encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. Though war may rise against me, this In this I will be confident. Look the words of David. Verse 1. The Lord is my light and my whom shall I fear? That's why on the other verse he says, in this I am confident. When we talk about confidence, to be a confident person, usually in the world, people, they have that idea of being confident in their money. To be confident because, I'm very confident because they trust in their strength, they trust how wise they are, how intelligent they are, how strong they are. No, I'm very confident because I have practiced, I have trained, I've been through this before, so I'm confident because so-and-so promised to help me. I'm confident because, they are paying for something. The confidence people have out there, it's from outside. It's from their money, from their wisdom, from their strength. And these things fail. David said, even if my enemies and army encamp around me, I'm not going to be afraid. And you know that nowadays we say like this, life it's a war. But in the case of David, he was talking about real war. He said, even if war breaks against me, if war rises against me, he was talking about real war. If the enemies come and begin to shoot arrows and try to break my gates, he was talking about real war. He said, in this, I'm confident. In what? That God was his light, his salvation. So when we have our confidence in God, that's different, because it's not that we are proud. It's not that we are trusting something that can get corrupt, something that can fail. We trust the one that never fails us. He'll never leave me, not forsake. I know that no matter what comes against me, he gave the worst example that can happen to someone, war. He said, even if the worst thing in the world happens to me, I know, I'm confident that in this I'm confident that God is my light, God is my salvation. He will protect me. Not that we know people, not that we have money, we are confident that the Lord is our light, the Lord is our salvation. So when we are whole, we are confident. So things may happen and they will happen, but you know who will give you light, you know who will guide you, you know who will go before you. This is the confidence that we have.
Okay, guys, so we are going into it right now because everybody desires love. Everybody wants to be loved. Everybody wants to give what they believe love is, and we have the 3 points that Bishop's giving, and I think this is important because Jesus, if you're a Christian, right, we believe in a new birth, and Jesus makes people new. Healing is not just surviving pain. It is becoming whole enough to love wisely. So a person who is healed and ready for love shows these 3 signs that Bishop spoke about, which is confidence, emotional balance, and ability to wait. So these are things that after, you've given your testimony, oh yeah, I've been baptized in water, that people can lack for some reason, or there's things from the past, like we learned last week, that can make them great as an individual, but will show up and give problems when they get their hands on somebody to marry. This is what we're talking about, and you can see the Love Talk seminar is going really thorough. I'm going to come to you in a moment, Chris, but I just want to welcome one of our favorite breakfast show soul champions here. I keep thinking, every time I think of your name, I think of Aspar.
What's that?
I know. How do I pronounce your name?
Alouette.
See, so lovely and delicate. But I keep thinking of Aspar.
Why?
I don't know. It's wrong. I changed my life. Good morning, Alouette. How are you today?
Good morning. I'm good.
Did you go gym today?
I did.
I'm proud of you. Give her a round of applause. She's like, Get to the morning. I can see you're exuding.
Oh, God.
You have that glow.
Oh, thank you. Good morning, everyone.
Hello, it's good to see you in the flesh. How are you?
Good to see you too. Thank you so much.
All right, nice having you, Silhouette. So we're gonna go into it. So, any comments, Chris, from what Bishop just spoke about with the first one that he delved into, which was confidence?
Yes, I agree. First of all, with that at the same time, you know, in the work I do, right? It's based around confidence coaching and
a couple of confidence podcasts.
Couple of confidence podcasts, and
yeah, YouTube guys, check it out.
The other side is knowing confidence. You know, thank you. Check it out. Thank you for that plug.
Yeah.
You know, the thing about it is that confidence is an inside job. It's not an outside job. So everything does fit in. It's the values who you are, valuing yourself before you go into a relationship, having that solitude time before, ahead, and then knowing you and going ahead. You know, confidence is a major at the end of the day. Now, going into like companies and working with different people based around confidence produces your finance, your work, your presentations, your everything. It has a lot to do with it. So let's take that away from the world and bring it back into our relationships as well. Confidence has a major part of it.
You know, we're saying before we showed this part how when it comes to love life, humans act weird. Right? So you can have someone who's confident in like a board meeting and does all these things with confidence.
Yes.
But as soon as it comes to the area of love life, they start moving mad, bruv.
You know what? You hit the nail. It is spot on.
I could be guilty of this, by the way. Like anyone is susceptible to this.
All of us.
Right?
Yeah.
Sorry, go on, Chris.
I agree. Because we could be confident in one area, that doesn't mean we're confident in all areas. You know, like you just said, you could be in a boardroom or so, and that might not be the place that you feel most comfortable. Step outside of that, and you can talk to anybody and say everything just like that. But when you're in there, so usually in the work I do is reversing that and getting that be in the right place at the same time. So if that's happening around, just imagine the whole thing about your love life, most important decision you're going to make for the rest of your life. Gotta have it.
Yeah, drop it like it's hot. Yeah, I mean, you've been speaking about confidence this whole morning, Lady Jazz, and confidence is a sign that the person is whole. Would you agree? That's one of the things that Bishop said.
Yeah, because you know, once you have the confidence, especially if you have it in the presence of God, you can go very, very far with it. And, you know, even people around you will be uplifted through that confidence as well. So, you know, I think it's a very important character to have. Yeah.
Alouette?
Hello.
Do you consider yourself a confident person in general?
Sometimes.
Now, what about when it comes to love life?
Oh. No, I think I'm a bit, I wouldn't say shy, but I'm just a bit like...
apprehensive?
I don't know if that's what you would call it. Maybe.
Where do you think it stems from?
I don't know. I think love life is just such a... How do I explain it? Like, you know, in the movies when you've got like a crush or something, you're all shy.
Delicate.
And yes, that's it. So I feel like it's a part of you. Like, you really have to put your guard down when it comes to that area. So I think sometimes it makes you just a little bit more like, oh, okay. I feel like I'm in uncharted waters, maybe. So you're a bit careful, or you're a bit like, you're not as maybe outgoing or as loud with it as maybe you would be with other areas of your life. So I think that's
So do you
how
think
I
it
look
might
at
be to do with care?
Yeah. Yeah, I think because obviously when in that part of your life, like when you get into it, you're learning about it as well as you go. So
That's true.
it's not something that it takes time. You build that confidence with it. I think. I don't think you go into it confident. I think you build it as you develop.
That's interesting.
In that area.
Learning to love intelligent and love talk.
So could it be that? Could it be that you already have the confidence in you, but because it's a new thing you're trying, you're tapping into it.
You know, it's funny, like when you see the Hollywood movies, there's that he sees her, she sees him, you know, and they just kind of like but things like start to come together. But it's a script. It's a script, right? It's a script. The person might have a quirky personality, and you know, sometimes I run, sometimes I hide, sometimes I'm scared of you, but all I really want is to hold you. So it's like there's a whole dance. Like even you, Debs, you're a together woman. You used to show me a lady who's very, very confident, you know, but it seems like confidence will be an issue maybe no matter the person's age, would you say? Or just depends on your personality type?
I think it's a combination of all these things, and not only that, the experience that you've had previously as well. Are you healed from certain situations? I'm a person, I think I would proceed with caution, because you know, when you've seen certain personalities or you've seen certain kind of traits in people, you proceed with caution. I mean, confidence is a good thing, but I think I agree with what Alouette said. It's something that you build. I think it's something that, you know, through time and experience, you can develop that. I don't think, you know, what you're confident in, I might not be confident in.
Let's say love life.
But it's just,
spotlight on love life.
But with love life, it just depends. As I said, are you healed? What experiences have you had?
So their past experiences could have hurt them in such a way that it's diminished their confidence.
Definitely.
To trust in people.
That's what I would.
The struggle is real. Struggle is real.
That's my opinion. Anyway.
No, I love it. I love it.
It could also be the environment that you're in as well. What environment are you in?
Or what? How did they grow up? Did they grow up feeling confident? Because a lot of the times, you know, I know sometimes in Caribbean and African culture, sometimes it's a hard hitting kind of upbringing, and although like the parents will say, I don't remember doing all them things. And then you can say, well, you did say X, Y, Z.
I went to a therapist and I actually have trauma.
PTSD.
I'm looking dead in the camera, dude. You know, literally, the trauma is like really, is right there, Mom. Really?
So,
what are you talking about?
But sometimes, you know, like, because the words, we hear these words, or we remember how we've been treated. So,
all right, Chris, go on, brother.
I can't.
Oh, sorry.
What Ella was saying is actually true. That one thing I'll say and add to that is you're not born confident. You're not born confident.
I think we are.
The experience that you build up.
I think
you think so.
I think children are born confident.
Okay, I understand.
You know something? Say that because I used to actually think that way as well. I used to think because children would go for anything and everything. Two things children are fear of. Well, that one is being burnt and falling over
and loud noises
from a high place or whatever. Children do have that instant fear. When we are born, we're not totally born to say, I'm confident I'm going to take on the world. We've got these things that people like you said, parents as well, who mean well, put on top of us along the way on our journey. Come to a time where we actually get vocal, we're actually saying, well, I don't want to do this because I might be told off. I might do this, I might look bad, I might do this and this and the other. You know, so the different environments is what we learn from when we go into it. So we got confidence, but you're not totally born with that. You've actually stripped half of that away already anyway to actually make it through you there.
And then we get to the emotional landscape of relationships. Oh, Father, it's not easy, this life. Humans are navigating life and all that. All right, so we're going into it right now, guys. Let's do this. And you know, here's something. I made a note of something, right? That confidence, also, the thing about confidence is that it, you can have godly confidence and you can have fake confidence, right? So I think that's something to consider as well, right? Because you can have secular, worldly confidence, but then you can have godly confidence. And I think godly confidence is the person who is confident, but they choose to make themselves a servant of their neighbor, which makes them suitable for relationship. Whereas worldly confidence is about self-bravado, self-image, getting this kind of thing done, which means that if you go into a relationship with worldly confidence, you can win the person, but unfortunately, I don't think you would think about serving the person, which is the way God instructed it.
I think worldly confidence is just very loud.
Yeah.
So you have to prove, it's like you have to prove yourself, because it's I don't want, you can say it's fake. So you have to prove it all the time. So then obviously when you get into a relationship now, this person's going to know you inside and out.
Ooh.
They're going to see you in those moments where you're not as confident. So you won't be able to upkeep it, if that makes sense. So then the insecurities will start to seep out and they'll be there to see it. And obviously that's where you get people who maybe drift apart or resentment builds, because like they see sides of you that you don't usually want to show. But obviously with godly confidence, I think it's just like a self-assurance. So like usually when you see someone who's got godly confidence, sometimes they're not even the loudest in the room, or they don't show off, but you can just see that they're not there to try and get anyone's attention or like prove themselves. And many times people are drawn to that because it's like, oh wow, like there's something different. That's where the difference comes from. I think.
Yeah, pay the attention. If you're single, guys, singles hour. That was a great nugget right there. Yeah. Let's go to number 2. Take it away, Colossus. You know what to do.
And we always hear by advisors and people who are helping people, what is it that people need to have in order to be confident, in order to be established? And this is what people are holding on to. They are holding on to these things. They're saying, okay, this is what is going to make me to have established life. But the world can change in the blink of an eye, isn't it? We see wars, for example, everywhere. We go to sleep one day, we wake up, and there's a war, there happening in a place that it wasn't just a few days ago. So sometimes people are teaching us to hold on to things that are not stable at all, because everything in this life can't guarantee and can't be guaranteed. But this assurance in God is completely different, because it's something that you don't need to hear a testimony about it. You don't need to see someone else going through that. You have the one who will help you to go through that. When we got married, I remember that there wasn't really any teaching about marriage or how to build a life, or no one talked about these things, or even love life.
Yeah.
Right?
There were basic ones like the potato that needs to be mixed and becomes one.
Yeah, that was one.
There was another one I forgot. It was the potato, not even the cross.
Not even the cross. The cross was later. Yeah, I think it's the potato.
I think the only teaching was the potato.
Yeah. So 2 potatoes will,
mashed potato, and that's
become a mashed potato. Go get married, become a potato, a mashed potato. So there wasn't anything there. And we got married, we were alone, far away, no one actually to, be teaching us. But who was our stability? It was God. Not that we didn't have difficulties, not that we didn't go through a lot, but because God was there, we knew, I guess, what had to be done in order to overcome those things. So this base, when you have this base, when you have this floor, when you have this stability, it's really stability, because then no matter what happens, there are people that they change countries, for example. They say, I'm going to try to have stability in another country, and then they hate it there. They don't want, they don't like, they feel miserable there, because it's not the place that will bring us comfort or stability. It's God. It's the only one. And when He is the stability, you will make it through every season in life, through everything in life. It's the only way. There's nothing else that can help a person.
Interesting. So this is now another take that expanding on the subject of confidence, that the confidence comes from the situation. The confidence comes from the possessions a person may have. That's quite interesting. That's quite an interesting take. Any thoughts on that, guys, that we have here? Yeah, Lady Jazz. Yeah, because here's the thing, right? Especially like if you have if a parent has a parent's getting involved, the parent wants the person to tick certain qualifications. They need to have a job. They need to have this, and obviously the person needs to be working, obviously. But like parents can set an expectation so high, and the person now looking to find someone can kind of have tunnel vision in terms of the prospect of a person, because that person brags about what they have. And the person who's now looking at them will probably look at what they have and their physical appearance instead of the content of that person's character, you know, and then only find out after the ring goes onto the finger that there is a problem here. Because as soon as, for example, 2008, we had the financial crisis, there were a lot of people who were very confident, a lot of people who were very strong. But as soon as crisis hit, they were ready to end their lives. And these were well-matured, well-established, financially secured businessmen. Now, don't get me wrong, the stakes were very high. If you find out you're going to lose everything, that's a bit of pressure, especially if you have to explain that to your family. But their confidence was in their things, and that was the challenge. And they actually lost the breadwinner of their family because the person became imbalanced at the face of problems. Hey, Chris.
Where's the word going? It says some have confidence in their chariots.
Yes.
Their horses. Yeah.
Yes.
Right. These are external things that people have confidence in. And if they have confidence in external things, the person who's looking at them is going to have that confidence in those external things that person has. But if, like earlier on, someone here we just mentioned about your confidence in God is different. It is completely different. And I'll put that down to assurance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that's totally different. When you have that assurance and you have that assurance in you, he who's greater than he's in the world. Yeah. So that's a total different confidence. But when we're talking about, just as mentioned, those external confidence, and as you said yourself as well, Rob, is when these things crumble, the person crumbles too.
Yeah.
But somebody have the assurance in God, these things crumble and you still stand strong and you build another, or you start looking for another way. In a relationship, two coming together, having God within them, when things happen, they can resort to a different type of counseling, which gives that assurance in the relationship too.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Yeah, beautiful. And you know what this makes me think of? Everyone who's single and you're picking somebody, listen to what the person's saying, who you're talking with. Listen to what they're saying. When they speak, is there reliance on, obviously people talk about themselves, right? You want to know what they do, but is there an essence of their reliance and their value being on the things that they have, right? So this is very interesting. This is very important. I remember Nothing to Lose, book with Bishop Macedo. I remember that one thing Bishop Macedo has was a lot of confidence, right? But imagine if Esther wasn't someone who gave room for God also. When Eddie would bring his confidence, she would snuff it out. Now, don't get me wrong. We even had this conversation in the studio during the production team yesterday. Women can be emotional, right? Women like stability, right? And when things go a bit uncertain, they're going to voice their concerns. Not our negativity necessarily, but they're going to voice their concerns. And if you have a man who is like, who maybe doesn't have the answer right away, but is like, no, we're going to work this thing. And she's a negatron. She's not just emotional, but she's a negatron. Doesn't matter how strong you are, it's over. But if she has confidence, women are emotional, okay, they're going to say their piece, you know what I'm saying? But she's like, she can believe in a word. She can take a word and like, okay, we're going to multiply this. Okay, you still hanging in, I'm going to hang in there with you. The guy's like, he's not running away like, oh, no. But like, he has a confidence, so that means you can do anything. Together you can build anything because you both are whole. You both have that confidence. One won't be sabotaging the other. right? So, and I think it's important to have this conversation with that person you're considering, you know what I mean, to see if that confidence is in them. Because you can have nothing, but the confidence brings the vision, brings the hope, brings the direction. And you want to, I know as a man of God, when I was single, I was looking for somebody who's the same, because I had confidence. I know that God gave me confidence. I know that like whatever I said, I will do it. You know what I mean? And I will look, I even said to Nick like this, you know, I don't need a suitcase full of stones.
What does that mean?
Don't be a suitcase full of stones.
I think don't be a weight.
Yeah.
Oh.
Don't drag me down.
Yeah.
Because God gives us confidence. So if a single person, and she and you know, she took on I think they knew my personality at that time, you know what I mean? But it was all in good faith, right? Confidence. So we know what to look for in those conversations. Definitely, if you're single. Let's go to number 3. Take it away, Colossus. Let's do this. Oh, by the way, wait. There was a comment in the live chat, right? Because I'm seeing comments here.
Okay, so
Lady Jazz just enjoying the conversation.
Samuel says, "Good morning, Mr. Sunshine."
Yeah.
Diana from Boring says, "Good morning, Breakfast Show family. Have an amazing, blessed day."
Yep.
Samuel says, "These Hollywood movies, they spoil everything."
Yeah.
Cleo, yeah, that's true. Cleo says, "I believe what the ladies are saying, you can actually build your confidence."
Yeah, beautiful.
Not all children are born confident, Brother Robert.
Ooh.
They were born with temperament, not confidence.
Okay, that's interesting. What is temperament? Okay, that's interesting. All right, that's an interesting one. Let's have a look. Let's keep it going. All right, guys, so let's get this show on the road. We're right back in this after number 3.
Yeah. Now, nobody likes a person that lacks confidence. You like people confident. You know that, I remember when I was at school, I had this challenge to understand why the girls, they prefer the bad boys. I didn't get it. And I was not a bad boy. I was a good boy. And I remember actually telling one of them, you know, as I tried, you know, to start a relationship with this girl. I was not in the church, I was at school, I was young. And I remember trying, and then, no, you know that I like so-and-so. I remember I told her, I said, but do you know that later on you will have to visit so-and-so in prison? Come on. But they had that confidence, you know, that was fake, was about their strength or being life of a criminal, or knives that they were carrying, I don't know. But it was not God's confidence. But they were confident. And everybody likes a person that is confident. You are in church. Well, good. You are a good boy. Very good. A good girl. Very good. But you must be confident. And this confidence will come from God. And you must live with this confidence. For example, let me give an example. I don't know if I told you the day that she broke up with me. And I remember she was not really sure about the relationship, and I was all for it. I wanted, you know, I liked her already, and she was not so sure. And then I remember she called on the public phone back then, and she said, listen, I like you, you know, you were so nice. I would like you to be my friend, because I'm not sure about the relationship, but I would like to keep on talking to you. I would like you to be my friend. And I remember on the phone, I told her, I said, listen, I'm not looking for a friend, I'm looking for a wife. And if you're not this person, then get out of my way. And then I hang up. And then I went to cry. Oh my God, what have I done? Maybe I should call her back. But I did the right thing. I couldn't control my feelings, my emotion, but I controlled my actions. My action was confident. My emotion, not so much. And then I did it. And I felt like, you know, let me call her back. But then I thought, I said, no, I'm right. I'm looking for a wife, so don't want to be her friend. That voice came like, you know, accept, be the friend. Maybe you can win her heart. And then I said, no, I know, I don't want. I want a wife. God is with me, and if she's not the one, I believe she is. Oh my God, she must be the one. But if it's not, then I will move on. Like there was a battle, but I had this confidence. In what? How handsome I was? No, believe me. In what? My confidence was, I'm serving a living God. And this God will bless my life. And if she is not the one, then he will bless me. I will move on. I had this confidence. And then later on the same day, she called me again.
Because when I did that, I was unsure, also because I was very young. So I was like, oh, I'm too young to get married. I'm not sure if, it's the right thing. And then I said, yeah, let me break up and I'll see, I'll get older and then I'll see what I'll do. But when I spoke to him and he was like, no, I don't want to be your friend and hang up. I was like, because I thought he was going to, have a mom. No, don't leave me. I thought something was going to happen. When that didn't happen, I thought, oh my God, maybe I did something wrong. Why did I break up with him? So that action or attitude made me to see, okay, I can't break up. Let me go back. No, now I know I want to get married young. Now I'm sure. Yes, I changed.
Yeah, and it was the confidence, not that I had on me, on anything that I was carrying, but that I had on my God, that I was serving. So I act. It was not what I felt, but I act on what I believed.
I acted on what I believed. There was a lot happening there. That was a psychological warfare that was taking place. And I love it when Bishop gives these examples. And I think there it is again, she was a little bit emotional, right? Uncertain, right? But then Bishop in that moment came with that assurance. It was his version of, I don't need a suitcase with stones. I don't want to be your friend. I'm not interested in being your friend. He's very clear. He's very defined. And I think for a woman, that's necessary to see, right?
Yeah, I think people want to know where they stand, don't they? Because if you don't know where you stand, then the relationship will be like going nowhere.
But I mean, like she was impressed by that.
Yeah, no, she was, because she knew. It's like he put her in check somewhat. It's like, okay, actually, I do want marriage myself, but personally, I think I can see that he went against his feelings, because I think his feelings were like, oh, I really want to be with her, but then he was like, no, I have to.
This is it. Yeah, this is the faith. This is the faith.
And that's where he showed his confidence and said, you know what, I want a wife. I don't want to be in the friend zone.
Yeah.
So
he wasn't going to accept.
Yeah, he wasn't going to. Yeah, because not only that, he doesn't want to waste his time. He knows what he wants to do for God.
Yeah.
And he demonstrated that, and then I think it kind of put her in check. Like, just say, okay, yes, this is what I want.
Chris, I think it's really important for a dude, even after the ring goes on, to really, be able to fight against his own emotions and feelings. It becomes like a rare, a particular part of the whole relationship, right?
It's a very important relationship. And let's talk about when you said, as a male as well, at the same time, your leadership.
Yeah.
And who you are. You've got to make decisions that, like Bishop did, that go against your emotion. Now, think about this as well. Looking at the situation, if you really want to recognize if you're lacking that confidence that way, is when that person sees you as needy. If you know that you're a needy person along the way, and there's areas that still need to be developed, so you have your own, which is you, which when the two of you come together, it's powerful. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you don't need each other. You do. But being needy, one person being needy, that's going to destroy the relationship. So that's why you need to work on self first, then come into the relationship at the end of the day. Now, Bishop mentioned, and I was glad he said that. He said that when he made that decision, after he turned away and he was broken up about it. Well, he said he cried about it. Right?
Yeah, like, oh man.
Yes. Exactly. But the thing about it, he's stuck with his decisions. So sometimes even your own decision will hurt you.
Yeah.
But you have to do that sometimes. That's your leadership.
And I think that's the thing about a human being, an individual having standards, knowing their value, knowing their place, They have God standards in the way they engage with someone in a relationship. That protects the person, all right? That protects the person, the single person's time, and you know, and it glorifies God at the end of the day. And this comes, a person could say, I know my value, but it could be excessive confidence in the wrong things. And that's a sign, and that will bring problems later on when they get the ring on the finger. But then there's a different type of confidence that comes from God, where the person acts appropriately in the situation.
Yeah, very much so. Once you, how can I put it? I'm trying to find the right words to put it. Anyway, matured.
Yeah.
Matured in your spiritual side, matured in your love life, in who you are. I'm sure both parties will be blessed when God's in there. Honestly,
that's the goal. That's the goal. Let's not try and do things ourselves, guys. All right, let's look at the next part. Take it away. Number
Same
4.
way with her. I remember first time I approached her, and I said, "Oh, I want to talk to you." And we sat down, and I began to speak. And the way that she spoke to me, she was really confident. She was really, decided, really sure. That made me as well to like her. Love at first sight. People say there is no love at first sight, but for me, that first conversation we had, that she was so bold, in a sense of, so decided, so serious, so open as well, even for that conversation. That made me already, yes, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a strong woman. I'm looking for someone like that. So nobody wants a person that's broken, that lacks confidence. Or maybe a broken person will want another broken person. Oh, Bishop, no problem. We are broke together. We are all broke together. Maybe, no, you're all broke together and you will hurt each other. You hurt each other. So confidence, and our confidence is in God.
Like two broken.
Yeah, two broken people is a big mistake. So, confidence is attractive.
Yes.
The way that his wife was like, look, man, when he first met her, she knew what she wanted. For a man who's serious, that's like, oh, I love that. You can have a guy who was not serious before, or he was like in the clouds, but as soon as he sees a woman that is grounded, he's like, okay, let me step up my game, because she's worth it. You were saying something.
I was saying, like the last statement that Pastor made about two broken people being together. Yeah. That's a big mistake, because their intention is, oh, I'm broken, they're broken. If we get together, we could uplift each other. But because you've got so much trauma and so much inner things that you need to deal with, how are you going to have the energy to help that person? Yeah. So what's going to end up happening is that you're both going to frustrate one another. And it could even make that low self-esteem 10 times worse than it is before, because not only you have to deal with your own confidence, but when you can't help that person, you're going to feel even worse about yourself. So the best thing that they could have done is just work on their confidence individually. And then if one's got advice for each other, pass on, but don't date like that, because it's not going to work. I've never, since I've been even outside the church, I've never ever seen two people that has low confidence and they're successful in marriage. I've never ever seen it in my life. So
it never happens.
Yeah, it never happens. Yeah,
but it's so common. Like, I was watching a documentary the other day about us.
You watch documentaries?
I do. I love documentaries.
That's so cool, Eloat.
I watched about a celebrity couple, and obviously the ex-wife was talking about what she went through because he had some problems that he was dealing with, and obviously this is a well-known celebrity, so her love life, we've kind of seen hasn't gone so well. And I think it's that thing of two broken people attracting each other. But sometimes the person, especially when they don't realize they're broken, it's like they attract the broken person to fix them, but then they don't have the tools to fix that person because they haven't even fixed themselves. And it's like, it's just so, like you said, it never works, but it's so common. Like, I don't know, why do we think that is?
Yeah.
Another point, sorry. I was going to say, just like Bishop was saying, his wife's confidence attracted him. I feel like sometimes we look for confident people, but if you yourself are not confident, I feel like the person who's confident that you're looking for is going to annoy you or they'll highlight your own insecurities because obviously they're self-assured. If you're not self-assured, it's going to be like a burden for you because you're not.
Because you have to look after yourself and
and
it could drain you as well.
Yeah. And I think there's also needs to be a distinction, because we're talking about how important confidence is, but also there might be that side of it where we can think lack of confidence is confuse lack of confidence with discretion. So the person doesn't want to show up, the person is, doesn't want to engage properly, but because we read Proverbs or something like that in the book of Solomon's something, we think the person like being withheld, I know this is how it was in my day, we think we can confuse that with discretion. The person is discreet, but the thing about discretion is the person's making a choice to manage themselves, right, when they have confidence. And when a person lacks confidence, it's just because there's no framework there to hold them, and then that will bring up problems later in communication. So that was an interesting one. I know you're ready to fire Chris. Let's see if we can get another one in there. Let's go ahead, Colossus, fire that clip.
So this is a sign that the person is whole, that person is confident. All right? A person is emotionally balanced. She has that emotional, what you say?
Yes. No, I was going to say that it's very difficult. For example, if we think about women, how to be emotionally balanced, because our emotion, they go everywhere. They are all over the place. The things that we feel and what happens. What is a person that she gains this balance? Is the person that she deals with everything that is inside of her. So, for example, when you carry things from your past, when you have experiences that they're there, they are not dealt with, what happens is every time something happens, you become an inconsistent person because it takes you off balance. So sometimes you don't even know why you react the way you react, or you do the things that you do, or you have these emotions that you don't understand why. Many times, or most of the times, it's because they were not dealt with. So for example, you're a person that you have a lot of resentments inside of you. If you don't deal with that, those resentments are going to make you a person that is not whole. Every time someone says something, that wound that is there will just open and spread what is there. And there are people that they are leaving, they are trying to be married and build a life and do things, ignoring these things. But it makes them emotionally a mess. So if a person wants to be whole, she needs to deal with her past. She needs to deal with what is inside of her. She needs to deal with her pains. So sometimes there are pains that it's even suffocated there. You don't even speak about, or you don't even, you don't want to go there. But if you don't go there and deal with that, bring to God, ask God for help, allow God to do his work in that specific area of your life, because maybe God is already working in your life. God is already have done so much in your life, but there is an area that you are not allowing God to go there. It's like a restricted area in your life that here you don't allow God to go and help you, and that brings this instability.
Yeah, if you don't deal with whatever marked your life, and all of us, we go through things with and without the Holy Spirit, all of us will go. And if we don't deal with those things, we're gonna lack this emotional balance. But if we deal with it, if we are aware, self-awareness is very important. If you are aware of these things and you work on them, then you're going to be whole, because, you have an issue. So then you know what you have to work on. So you have this self-awareness.
All right, that was quite self-explanatory, that one. Yeah, we spoke about this last week. Issues from the past can affect our love life today. And I think because we've just got a little bit of time, we're going to fire the last and final one. And then when we come back, we're going to wrap up the show with your final thoughts, guys. All right, let's go to the final clip. Number 6, take it away.
A person that's whole now knows how to wait. It's very important, a person to know the right time. There are people that they don't know how to wait for God's answer. They present their prayer to God and they don't know how to wait. You know those people that they send a message and it's not even urgent, but if God would be in their WhatsApp, they would look and say, I can't believe God visualized my message and he did not reply yet. I already sent a prayer, he saw it, and he didn't reply. What's going wrong? What's going on? Is he against me, or what's happening? But a person that knows how to wait, she knows, they know. No, an answer will come. God is faithful. I prayed, I asked, maybe didn't happen right now, but it will happen. It will come. They don't panic. Oh my God, I went to the singles hour, I didn't find anyone my age. It's coming. It's coming. In fact, you determine that it will come. You have this confidence, then go back to the confidence. In the God whom you serve, he will provide. Abraham said that to Isaac. I see here everything. Where is the sacrifice? Abraham said, the Lord will provide. The Lord, he didn't say, oh Isaac, I don't know what you do, my son. You are the sacrifice. I'm in trouble. Let us pray, I don't know what you do. No, he told Isaac, God will provide. And God provided. God honored his prophecy. So he knew how to wait. He was whole. But all these things here demands work, and above all, it demands communion with God. That's why it's so important for you to develop your relationship with God and allow God to work within you. Because he will make you confident. He will make you emotionally balanced. He will make you to be a person. He will help you to wait. You will trust. Right time, right moment, it's going to happen. Didn't happen, but it will happen. God will provide. Say it. Say, God will provide. What is it He'll provide? The answer that you need. What do you need? The transformation in your marriage. The more you pray, the worse the other person becomes. God will provide. God, keep on asking, keep on praying, keep on doing your part, keep on trusting. Know how to wait. Know how to wait. All right?
Know how to wait. And I think as single people, I'm sure there must be times when you know that you missed the bullet. but just because you knew how to wait. Yes or no, ladies? All right. So look, just before I get your final words, so Bishop gave us quite a few things there today. All right. Being in the place of worship isn't enough. All right. We need to make sure that we are whole. Signs that you are whole, the person is confident, right, in God, right? Not just because they say hallelujah, 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 but when problems come, they show that they're confident, and confidence is attractive, emotionally balanced, and a person knows how to wait. Okay. But because they're confident, no, God is going to provide. An unhealed person or unstable person is anxious, reactive, resentful, distrustful, impatient, self-sabotaging, and they keep repeating patterns. All right. So maybe you're looking at this, you say, oh my gosh, I tick some of those boxes. Great. That's the first part of progress. You're closer to having a very happy love life. And if we're in a relationship with certain issues, okay, great. I know one. I know what I need to pray to work on. All right. So, final words, Debs, around the table.
Yes. Just like what Bishop was saying, to identify what's happening inside of you. Well, Miss Eleni was saying to identify what's inside of you, and if there are issues, then you bring it to God. You work on yourself. So instead of, and I think like what you're saying. Actually, I think what you're saying. Don't attract. if you're broken, don't try to attract the same broken person. Work on yourself so that you can find that right person.
Love it, because everybody wants the best, but your scars are causing your vision to be a bit different. Go ahead. Yes.
I think just having that confidence in God will really just sort everything else out. You know, it will help you get to where you need to be for yourself first, and then obviously for the person, whoever that will be one day.
Amen, amen, amen. Lady Jazz, before we go to Chris.
Make sure you carry the right character and the right confidence with you, because there's two different characters. You got the worldly one and then you got the godly one.
Confidence,
so make sure you have the character of God in you, so that you are able to make the right choices in your love life. You can add to the person, because if you don't have the right character and you adapt to what's happening in the world, or you're copying these movies, it's not going to get you anywhere.
We attract what we are, right? Not necessarily what we want. Okay. Yes, and Mr. Chris Brown, please. Your final thoughts on what we learned today.
Right. Be aware of what you're attracted to. Right. Don't be deceived by your eyes. Confidence is not someone showing off being loud. Confidence is assurance. And to finish off on that, last word is wait on the Lord and be of good courage.
Thank you so much for that. That's it. So the guys, we learned a lot today. Want to give big shout out to Chef Mason, saying emotional balance is a serious area to acknowledge and to work on for both men and women. Guys, the love therapy continues tonight at 8 p.m. here in the Rainbow Theatre. All train lines and tubes go there. If you are on another country or continent, definitely check out uckg.org and find out about the love talk, because there may be most likely one happening on your country or continent and town. It's been great being with you today. This has been your breakfast show. Thank you, Chris. Your awesome sources.
Thank you.
Thank you, Table of Justice.
Thank you.
And thank you, dear listeners, for putting up with my condition. Until next time, ciao for now. And we wanted a repeat of the show. We'll see how it goes. Ciao. Bye. I really hope you enjoyed this episode of the program. We have a lot more episodes covering a lot more themes on The Breakfast Show. And guess what? Your experience can be even deeper and more interactive, because we are live weekdays from Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on libertyradio.co.uk. On that Liberty Radio platform, we have a whole host of other inspirational material. As well as that, we have our breakfast show in the mornings. Check it out. There's a live chat, there's a video feed, and you can get up to date on all the breakfast show antics and fun, vim, excitement, and all that kind of crazy stuff that we love to enjoy. This is Robbie here, Robust Presenter, and I hope to see you live and enjoy the next one.